All right, so Bryce Mitchell just got called out by Choi Daho. I don't know which way it goes. I always see it pronounced differently. But the Korean Superboy has called out Bryce Mitchell, and he's made it personal because he sent him a picture of the globe, so you know it's on. Choi wants to take that spot in the rankings, have a career resurgence after where he's been in his career. He used to be the next big thing at featherweight. And then after that war with Cub Swanson, he just kind of seemed to never be the same again. But he's had a little bit of a resurgence against lower talent in the UFC in the non-rankings. And I think after beating Nate Landwehr, that's why I thought that Nate Landwehr was going to win, is because Choi and how long ago he was in the UFC and just how much damage the guy has taken. You figured, he'd not be able to turn back the clock like that, but he did. And against a guy like Nate Landwehr, but I thought that the winner of this fight was going to move on to fight the winner of Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. So I love to be prophetic, and here we are. I love to be right. But I think that honestly, this is a test that Bryce Mitchell needs because Kron Gracie was too easy in my opinion. Of course, a guard puller, if you go in the UFC against a guy who will wrestle, will play top game, use his strikes to set up. And you know what I saw? I didn't see too many stand and bang hands from Bryce. What I saw was a lot of clinch work that led to the takedown, which led to the jiu-jitsu work. And then obviously that slamming those elbows helped out a little bit. But my question is, how good has Bryce's straight up boxing or kickboxing gotten? And Choi is going to test that. Now, obviously, you look at Bryce Mitchell's career, he hasn't been much of a striker. It just seems like he needs a different set of striking coaches to really square up his game. And if he takes this fight, it's good for him. Because what he's going to be doing is he's going to be working on those hands because he's going to need to. Because if he gets caught by Choi, I think Choi is going to be taking his spot in the rankings. Because if you get a sharp striker like that dude, he is going to put his lights out and make his life really miserable. So, it's a good tune-up. Obviously he took a huge risk in fighting Josh Emmett, and we all saw how that hit turned out. Now he needs to take it step by step. I actually think Choi is going to be that next step because it is going to be a fire that he has to walk through in order to really get himself ready for another run at the title. Because Bryce Mitchell showed a lot of career promise. I'm going to be real. He really did show a lot of career promise in his earlier days. And then he caught a couple losses, and that's where I started to doubt where he was going. I don't want to doubt where he's going anymore. I want to see him take this fight. I think that it's good for him to test himself. He's going to need to really work on his striking if he wants to get his hand raised in this one. But I would be more than down to see this because I really just want to see Bryce, not just take easy opponents from now on. I mean, he's very marketable. So to see him against favorable matchups would be good if you want to see him get his hand raised. But if you want to see one of your favorite fighters do really well and actually succeed in the upper division, you're going to want to see him get tested. You're going to want to see him get checked a little bit because he does need to become a more complete fighter if he wants to go for the likes of Movzar or Aljamain Sterling or Ilia Topuria again, or even Diego Lopez. But that's what I got to say. We'll see where they go with this. Peace out.